Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, December 27. It is 6:25 right now. Market's going to open in about 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a couple of things here to update and we should be good to go. All right, looks good. Good. All right, perfect. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. There. There. All right, looks like we are good to go. As people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here on the daily chart. All right, going down to the 8-hour, 4-hour, 2-hour, 1-hour, all right, down to the 30-minute. Down to the 15. Down to the 10. And it looks like we're good to go. All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, December 27th. It is 6:28 right now. Market's going to open in about 2 minutes. Pretty much got all liquidity here marked up. So closest level below here is going to be at 37,846. So we got the lower level down here. I don't know if this has been established. I don't know if this is going to be a good level for you guys to use if you are looking to use it. So just be careful with this lower level. It's kind of close and it just it hasn't been fully established yet. So I'll just mark that up just in case. But if not, it's probably going to get pushed down lower. So that's the lower level down below. And the upper level over here is going to be at 37,898. So we got that all marked up right there. Here is our clean chart. Markup 6:30. 8 o'clock. Starting to get like some very erratic movement in the market right now, guys. There isn't really much news this morning. Let's see. We had low impact news at 5:55. That was pretty much it. Go over here on the 4-hour time frame. Upper level. Level right there. Going down to the 1-hour. All right. So that's pretty much it right there. Obviously, you'll see when we get to those higher levels, it's going to be the higher level liquidity or the higher level support resistance. But other than that, that's pretty much it. So I don't think there's any other news today. Well, there's news at 7 o'clock and 7:30, but they're both low impact, so we're not really expecting too much. So 7 o'clock, 7:30, we got a big push right here. If this candle here closes with a buy signal and it's a strong green candle, meaning there's little to no wick on the top side, this is going to be the original breakout. So this will be the breakout version 1. if anybody's looking to take it. As you guys can see, the volatility here is kind of crazy. So just be careful if you guys are entering these trades. It's also touching the sessions right here. So you can see a lot of manipulation may happen on this move here. And you can see that huge candle, extreme manipulation right there. That's a pretty crazy candle. If you guys can see, this candle pushed all the way up, had a buy signal, and it pushed all the way down. And you guys can see exactly where it's being manipulated. See this purple line? That's the Asia low. Look at the bottom line over here. That's a London high. So does not look like there'll be a breakout here, but you guys can see the extreme manipulation here. If this here closes as a strong red candle, which it looks like it's going to, the breakout might be for a sell, but I'm not going to take this trade here. It's a little too risky because of the crazy movement to the upside and the crazy movement back down. Also, it's right at the sessions. So I'm personally not going to take this breakout at all. This is the breakout though. So Steven, if you're looking to take the breakout, it's currently now running right here. Because we already had a sell signal. This was followed by a strong red candle. And this here is the breakout for a sell. I'm not in a position to follow it. We'll see where it ends up going. But again, like I mentioned, this is like, it's too risky of a trade because of where it's currently at, because you guys saw exactly how it moved. I mean, seeing a candle like that, I obviously would avoid the trade completely. But if you guys want to take it, I've marked it up for you guys right there. So I'm going to go ahead and continue marking up different, let me see, what's the news at? 555 right here. Yeah, we've had some crazy movement here on open. I mean, I personally wouldn't really look for any sells personally because of the Santa rally that's supposed to happen this week. So I'm probably only going to look for buys for the most part. If I see any good sells, I'll take them. But for the most part, I'm not really looking for any sells here. So I marked it up for you guys. But again, like I said, I'm not taking the trades here. I told you guys exactly why I wasn't taking it. You guys can see it's right at the session. So if you guys want to take a trade, and if you lose a trade, it's up to you to manage it however you'd like. But this is exactly why I said not to take any sells or buys here, because you guys can see how the manipulation is happening. Manipulation is pretty clear here. Price pushed up, faked out on the purple line, pushed down, faked out on the red line, came back up, faking out again on the purple line. And it's just going back and forth. It's just not a good area to trade in. So, you know, I would have waited for the breakout V3 because the breakout V3 probably would have pushed away from this current area where it's currently at. So we'll continue to follow it, but I'm not in any positions here. I don't recommend taking any positions at this point. I just marked that up there specifically for Steven because he wanted to take the, you know, the original breakout, which I didn't really recommend. I never really recommend these types of trades. So, all right, other than that, we'll continue to follow along here. If this here closes with a green candle, this is going to be the breakout version 3 to the upside. Okay, never mind, I'm not going to take it. So it's touching the purple line right here. If it didn't touch the purple line here, I would have been okay with taking it, but it did touch the purple line here, which is the Asia low. So I'm not going to take this trade here for the breakout V3. I would have been more inclined to take the breakout V3 versus the breakout V1. But since price is touching the purple line here, which is the Asia low, this can be another possible manipulation of the movement. So I wouldn't touch it there because it touched that area. If it didn't touch the purple line, I would have been perfectly fine with taking this for the breakout V3. But since it did, I'm not going to take it. So I'm going to hold on to this here and I'll continue watching it. So if this here closes, this is technically the breakout V3. So again, I'm just marking it up for you guys, but I'm not taking it. I'm not really recommending anybody take it either. So here's the breakout V3 to the upside. The breakout V1 is already done. So if you guys were in the breakout V1, you should have pulled out of that trade a long time ago. I had it marked up for you guys here, and you guys see that it didn't play out, obviously because it's touching the sessions. For this right here, this might be another fake out because it's also touching the sessions. There's just reasons for us not to take certain trades. You know, I keep reminding you guys every day, it's not necessarily finding the good trades to win. It's for the most part, finding the good trades or the bad trades to avoid. So, you know, risk management is really about avoiding bad trades. And you guys have to listen to my analysis to understand that. If you guys are just taking blind trades, you're never gonna find consistency, because if you're taking blind trades without actually having any analysis behind it or actually having my confirmation to take it, then you know, you're just going to keep going back and forth. You're never going to have consistency because there's reasons why we avoid certain trades. So yeah, I know you shouldn't have taken that trade, Steven. I gave you like a whole spiel of why not to take the trade, but you still took it. I was telling everybody not to take any trades around that area, but I mean, it's okay, Steven. It's fine. If you want to take those trades, that's completely fine, but you got to understand that like those trades are risky and you shouldn't take certain trades, especially when I'm like giving like countless warnings not to take trades when they're at the sessions. And like from that first candle, it was like pretty obvious that it should have been avoided. But I mean, it's okay, Steven. You know, you win some, you lose some. So at that point, you should probably just wait for the next, yeah. So Steven said he's gonna wait for the next entry. You know, like I've told you guys before, it's all about waiting for the quality entries. You can't take every single entry and expect them all to hit. That's pretty like it pretty much doesn't work that way. It's impossible to be 100% with all your trades unless you're like really spot on with the entries. I mean, I'm pretty spot on with the entries, so I have like maybe like a 96% win rate with our trades for this month, but that's because I'm avoiding a lot of trades altogether. But the breakout V3 and the breakout V1 is currently running together right now, I believe. Yeah. So they're both running alongside each other right now. There's the breakout version one, which is right here, buy signal with a green candle right here. The second green candle came up right here. So there's actually two entries running alongside each other right now. Right here. So it's the breakout V3 and the breakout V2 right next to each other. So let's see if I can maybe get into this right here. Again, I'm probably only going to go for the partial. Let me see if I can mark up what the partial would be. Partial would be right there. Let's take a look at retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is currently 79% short. So with this said right here, this indicates that 79% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So you typically want to do the opposite and buy. So this goes in confluence with the buy that's currently running. Looking at the fundamentals right now, fundamentals are pretty much flat. So this is straight neutral. Looking over here at the technicals are pretty much mixed right now. So you got the 1 minute over here, which is pretty much neutral, 5 minutes neutral, 10 minutes neutral, 30-minute is neutral. Everything is neutral except for the 4 hour. So everything is kind of neutral except for the 4 hour time frame, which has been bullish for a pretty long time now. And again, right here, you have all of these trades running alongside each other. So let's see, this price pushes up higher from here. But again, there's two trades running alongside each other. There's a breakout version 2, breakout version 3, both running alongside each other to the upside. Other than that, there's not really much of a trend here. You guys can see the pivots. They have not confirmed yet. So that's kind of going sideways, or I mean, it's attempting to shift to the bullish push, but it's not exactly there yet. So there's no high-low scalps available yet. See, 630 is right here. Yeah, there's no high-low scalps available just yet. Not exactly. So there goes, price pushes up a little higher. I had to get out of that because it already hit my TP. I'm not going to hold on to it for longer than I planned to. So when I entered this trade right here, I said I was only going to go for the 100 pips, and I pulled out right there for my 100 pips. It didn't hit my TP because I got stuck in some slippage, and the spread's kind of wide right now. Spread's like 190, but I think it's higher. So I pulled out for 100 pips. I took it right here when price pulled back down, came back up for the breakout version 2, and now it's continuing to run. I do think the trade will probably play through, but with this current market movement, I'm not really comfortable with holding on to it for an extended period. As I mentioned, whenever you guys enter a trade, you have to know where your TP and stop loss will be, and you can't get greedy. So right here, it hit my TP on TradingView, so I just manually pulled out here on my MT4. So you can't get greedy, guys. Like I see this happen with a lot of people. Sometimes people enter super late, and then they try to hold on to this for longer than they plan to. Like say, for example, you enter this trade and you're like, okay, I'm only going to go in for 100 pips. But then what happens is when price gets to 100 pips, you're like, okay, I changed my mind. I'm going to hold on to it longer. And what happens is as price pushes up, it comes right back down, and then they regret it, right? So whenever you guys enter a trade, always know where your TP and stop loss is going to be at. And when it hits your TP, you got to pull out. You can't get greedy at the last second, like, oh, I'm going to hold on to this for longer than I plan to, because at that point, your emotions are involved, right? I think the biggest problem with a lot of people is their trade psychology. Like for example, I enter the trade, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go in for 100 pips because I don't feel comfortable with market movement right now. This, the market's not moving very cleanly. It's going back and forth. The initial candle was pretty crazy. And that's why I pulled out right there. So just a heads up, I pulled out of this position right here. I'll take a screenshot of it just so that you guys can see where my profits came from. If you guys want to review it. Typically, a lot of people want to review my trade to see, how I locked in certain profits, why I pulled out of the position, etc. And that's the position that I took right there. So the trade's still running. I think it will probably hit, but I'm not in the proper mindset to hold on to it for that long. So that's why I pulled out for it a little earlier. Maddie caught it for 100 pips too. Nice work, Maddie. I mean, I was close to my TP, but I just ended up pulling it. Rashida caught it as well. Natasha said hi, Sean, I'm back, but only watching. Yeah, definitely Natasha. Steven said you reached half of his goal for the day. Nice, Steven. Martha caught it as well. Hey, Martha, welcome back. So yeah, Steven, if you want to take the breakouts, I would recommend just following the ones that I personally think are good and that I would take. That first breakout you took, I try to warn you as much as possible not to take it, but you still took it. So it's okay. You got to learn from your mistakes. You got to understand why trades are certainly are risky, and right here, full TP on both of the trades. So both of the trades right here for the breakout version 1 and breakout version 2, full TP. This trade was good because there was no red flags in the area. You guys can see the breakout version 2 came up and there was no sessions around here, right? It came out perfectly. So you want trades that come up like this where there's no red flags around the area. Price just blasted through liquidity too, if anybody took that. So a couple entries right there that ran straight through. Both liquidities there got hit. And again, guys, I'm always going to warn you guys if trades are risky or not, right? So like, I'm not telling you guys to avoid a certain trade for no reason. I'm literally telling you not to take a certain trade because of the red flags, like the whole reason why we created this indicator. All right, so these trades are done. I'm going to add this to the on the breakout version 2 and breakout version 3. This is the only trade we're counting because this is the only one that I took. So I'm just putting this here so that we have documentation of the trade here, so you guys know exactly what trade came up. So this is the breakout version 2 and breakout version 1. Breakout version 3. The breakout version 1 I didn't recommend taking because price was right at the sessions. And obviously you guys saw that opening candle like kind of blasted back and forth. So there goes my profits or my trade. I'm going to take a screenshot of all my accounts real quick so that you guys can see what I locked in. And then we'll continue looking for more trades here. Yeah, Maddie said he has no balls to hold. He had to pull out at 10. Yeah, no, and I agree with you too, Maddie, because it's just too risky, like where it was. If the candles were moving all crazy on open, I would have held on to it. But since it was, I mean, I wasn't in the proper mindset to hold on to that trade for as long as we would have needed to. It's all good though. I mean, profit's profit, guys, especially during a week like this. This is, we're coming back from a holiday week. You guys know holiday weeks are typically going to be the riskier days, the riskier weeks to trade because there's a lot of uncertainty. But here goes my profits for the day so far. All right. Let's see. All right, so here are my profits so far, guys. So on my funded engineer, I locked in 192. For my FTMO, locked in 1,520. For my second FTMO, 1,420. My second funded engineer locked in 108. My personal account locked in 570. My TFF locked in 662. And my second TFF locked in 662 as well. So these are my profits for the day and for the week so far. No losses. Moving along, we're still looking for some more entries here. But there's just nothing for us to take here yet. So we need to get a sell signal. Here's a couple things that we can look for. We need to get a sell signal, and then we need to look for a continuation to the upside for a breakout V3 continuation. The ATR right here is too low, so there's not going to be any momentum pullback scalps right now. Looking over here on our high-low scalp chart, we currently have a bullish trend now with regard to the pivot. So if price does push up, this may be a possible opportunity for a high-low scalp. The only problem is that it's right at the sessions. So if price does get caught at the sessions right there, there's not going to be any entry. So just keep that in mind, guys. And we'll continue looking for any possible entries here. Steven is asking, does US30 gold usually move in the same direction? No, they move however they want to move, Steven. They're not aligned at all. There's no association with gold and US30. I mean, there's like a slight association because they're both US. I mean, they're heavy US based, but not really, because gold is more of it's a peg against the US dollar. All right, so see if there's anything else here that we're looking at. Let me see if there's anything I'm missing. All right, C6 said he caught it for about 150 pips. Nice work, Sisu. C6 said 100% about this week. New Year's coming up. Most people are blowing their accounts this week, or at the very least walking away with the loss. Not here. Yeah, exactly. Camel said, since there's no trades, can you teach me each session, the color line association with it? I mean, they're pretty straightforward, Camel. So the purple lines are Asia high lows. The red lines are London high lows, and the green lines are New York high lows. That's pretty much it. So purple is Asia, red is London, green is New York. That's pretty much it. You'll see if they're a high or low on the side right here. So you can see right here, it says Asia high, Asia low. So there'll always be like one above and one below, because it's the high point and low point from wherever that session moved to. And typically price will return to those areas in following sessions. Yeah, no problem, Camel. Yeah, I try to make it super simple so there's like no confusion. Yeah, no, definitely. Martha said the pivots are looking beautiful. Definitely. So right here, I know, Martha, you're looking at the high-low scalp V2. That's why I marked it up right here. So with this chart, what you're looking for is you're looking for price to push up, breaking flows above this here, breaking flows below this here, and then shoot right back up. It's kind of like a head and shoulders pattern. So you see how there's a shoulder, a head, a shoulder, and it comes back up, right? Or this is a different, it's like more of a W pattern or an M pattern, but you're kind of looking for something similar like that. So you're basically looking for price to push up, fake out, and then come back up. So it's more like a W pattern. The momentum pullback scalp is more of a head and shoulders. So there's no momentum pullback scalps right now because the ATR is too low. We need the ATR to be at least 15 for you to have any momentum pullback scalps. So the main thing that we can possibly look for here is once we get a sell signal, we can look for the breakout V3 continuation. And then on this chart over here, there's only a couple entries we can look for, which is the high-low scalp and the high-low scalp version 2. So this chart's mainly for, one of the red tab is mainly for high-low scalps. You can also see high-low scalp right here. And then this will be like our main chart where we apply the breakouts, breakout V3 continuations, momentum counter scalps. There's like a bunch of different entries that you can look for here on our main chart. But yeah, I'll try to keep these as separate as possible so that you guys can remember. So I'm just drawing structure out here, guys. I'm not going to mark like the time frames because the time frames are kind of relevant. You know, they're still a structure. So regardless of the fact of whatever time frame they're on, that they're still going to be relevant. So like right here, I think this is the 4-hour resistance. Or I guess I can put it on there just so that you guys can see. I think a lot of people, they just like the visualization purpose of it. But yeah, there goes the 4-hour resistance. I guess it does look better with it, so I'll just leave it on there. It's not super necessary though. Like for example, it doesn't matter if it's a resistance or a support because it'll adjust, right? So if price breaks past this resistance level, this will turn into a support. So Like, I think it's just good to know whether it's a 4 hour or, and this is not even a 1 hour, this is a 1 minute. And next thing here is I'm gonna mark up the opening price, color this blue. All right, so price is still climbing up. There may be a possible high-low scalp right here if anybody's looking to take it. See, it's just kind of tricky because it's in the 4 hour resistance right here. That's why I don't really want to take it. If the 4 hour resistance wasn't there, I would have been super okay with taking it. But I'm just gonna watch it. So I'll mark it up for you guys right here. I'm not gonna take the trade. Reason I'm not taking it is because it's currently in the 4 hour resistance. It's just kind of tricky. I don't like so whenever I look at a trade, I look for reasons not to take a certain trade. Right? That's always going to be like my main goal. My main goal is not to look for good trades. My main goal is to look for bad trades. So whenever I'm looking to take a trade, I'm going to look for as many reasons as possible not to take the trade because it's going to give me more confidence in basically trusting that it's going to play through. So yeah, whenever and it's pretty overextended too, right? Price has been pushing up for so long. You need some like actual retracement. Right here, price consolidated a little bit, but didn't really retrace. So I marked up that high-low scalp right there. It's currently running in profit. But whenever I look at a trade, I personally look for reasons not to take a trade. And if I don't have many reasons, then I'll take it. But right here, there's just a couple of reasons why I don't want to. For one, it's close to the sessions. For two, it's at the 4 hour resistance level. There's just a lot of reasons for me not to take it. So in this situation, I probably wouldn't. If I had another confluence, so I had something to back it up. So full TP right there. If anybody caught it, went straight to TP. If I had a V1 variation right here to confirm that it was going to continue pushing up, then I would have been more inclined to take it. But just a lot of reasons here for me to just sit back and watch. So if you guys wanted to take this trade full TP right there, I don't think this was a horrible trade, but it wasn't a good trade. I mean, I look for great trades. So that's pretty much what I'm looking for. Like I'll mark up decent trades, okay trades, and good trades for you guys to take if you guys really want to take it. But for me, I'm looking for those A+ setups, right? I'm looking for those setups with a lot of confluences and a lot of reasons to take it. And that's why I have such a high win rate because I'm looking for stuff that's like almost for sure, like almost guaranteed to hit. So again, right here, this was a high-low scalp, the original high-low scalp. You can see there's a higher high right here. Price broke and closed past it. The only reason I was kind of worried about it was because of the sessions here and because price was in the 4 hour resistance level. But you can see price blasted right through and it's still climbing higher. So yeah, Rashida said it's in a good area though. We can take it up to the New York sessions with the V3. Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm looking for too. So again, we're just watching and following to see where this ends up going. Yeah, Daniel said ATR is just slowing down even more. Hopefully a little more movement after news. Yeah, I hope so. 7 o'clock. So we got news coming up right here at 7 o'clock. There goes another entry right there. I'm not going to count this entry. The only entries that I count on my spreadsheet are the ones that I actually take myself. So this one right here, not going to count. And we'll continue looking for more entries here. So as price pushes up, I'll mark up a new high low. But right now, there's no new high low. This high low is going to keep getting pushed up higher. You can see prices climbing higher past the 4 hour resistance level, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Let me go and mark up opening price right here. All right, so here we are. We are now waiting again for next opportunity. All right, so let's take a look at retail sentiment. Maddie said it's back up again. So retail sentiment here is back to 80%. Again, retail sentiment over here indicates where the retail traders are currently trading. So right now you can see 80% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So we typically want to do the opposite and buy. If you guys have been following me for a while, you guys know that I typically don't like to trade like a retail trader. If you guys are new here or if you guys have been here for a while, you guys can see it's pretty obvious. A lot of people don't trade the way we do. We typically trade the opposite of what everybody else does, and we do pretty well doing that. So we're going to continue doing that. And now we're going to look for some more buys. So, if this hasn't been as obvious to you guys, but I mean, if it hasn't been obvious to you guys just need to match it with the chart. Because if you guys looked at the charts yesterday, this was like 80% short. Everything went directly up, right? If you look back at the market from yesterday morning, I mean, retail sentiment is probably better than fundamentals, to be honest. Because you can see over here, retail sentiment was super bearish, and you can see where price went up from, right? So. I mean, we've been trading this way for a long time now. It's just suckers will be suckers, right? Like that's just the way I see it. And it's okay because like a lot of, whenever there's a new trader in the market, a lot of new traders in the market try to follow what everybody else is doing, right? That's why I do the opposite. I don't like kind of making my strategies and my theories too public because if too many people start trading the way we trade, then it's not going to work as effectively, right? It's just going to be the same way that all the retail traders are currently trading right now. So for me personally, I try to keep things under the radar. And that's pretty much why I don't really openly share K2 with the public. The only reason I record these videos on YouTube is for documentation purposes, right? So in the future, if I want to see how the market was moving, like for example, today is December 27th, 2023. If I ever wanted to see how the market was moving on December 27th of like say 2022, I can pull up our YouTube channel here and I can literally pull up my live session from that time, right? So if we wanted to look at it, we could literally scroll all the way back to December 27 of last year, and I can just watch my video to see, okay, how was the market moving that day and what should I look out for, right? I can pull up December 27th right here, 2022, and I can literally see how the market was moving because we've been trading the same way for years now. And this is pretty much, man, I hate stupid ads. Don't fall for this stuff, guys. Trading algos. I've never seen a trading algo that's really consistent long term. So you can see here, this is where we were trading last year. So if you guys ever want to do this, I think this is a good resource for you guys. If you guys are ever curious how the market was moving this time last year, because usually it moves the same. Like you're going to see a lot of the same movements, a lot of the same patterns. You'll figure out what strategies to use because you can pull up. I made things a little easier because I now have a spreadsheet. So instead of having to look at the video from like last year, we now have our spreadsheet here where we can just pull up. Like I have all the trades here documented from 2023. So next year, 2024, I can just pull it up. I'll just pull up the data from December. I'm like, okay, what strategies were we applying? And I'll just go in and apply those same strategies. So I'm pretty excited for 2024, guys, because we have so much data now from all of our live sessions that it's going to be super easy to just know exactly what to do when it comes time next year. So I'm ready for it. A lot of profits to be made in 2024 because we're doing pretty good as is. But now that we have this, I pretty much have my spreadsheet with it's basically a playbook. So like next month in January, I'm going to be looking for some momentum scalp variations, some breakouts. You guys can see it was a pretty good month for January for this year, actually. Made a ton of profits taking these big trades. So we basically have a playbook already. I think since we have that marked up, since we have all that data now. No, the 2022 is not updated, Albert. I got lazy. Sorry. It was just too much work for me to go back and review all the trades from 2022. So I didn't update that. So I might just delete that actually. Thanks for mentioning that. Yeah, because what I did was I copied this over and then I just never worked on it. So I'm just gonna delete it because it shouldn't be there. All right, cool. All right, so let's see the sell signal here closed. We can now look for a possible continuation to the upside. Thanks for shooting for the heads up. We got news right here on this candle. I'm gonna go and mark up news price right here. This thing's moving around too much. All right, there we go. So we got news marked up right here at 7 o'clock. I'm gonna clean this up right here. I'm gonna move this a little higher. All right, so we might have a pretty good confluence here. We have a V1 pattern setting up. You guys can see the body, double body rejection right there. So we can get a possible buy signal. Okay, so we might have a lot of confluences here. So there's a buy signal here pending. This could be setting up for a breakout V3. And then on top of that, if the buy signal pushes up higher, we can get a triple confluence right here as well. So there's a triple confluence, breakout V3, high-low scalp, pivot scalp, intraday scalp. There's a lot of confluences here. So the only, yeah, and then Kenneth, thanks Kenneth for saying that. Kenneth said the ATR is 10. This is a problem, right? So we have a lot of confluences there, but we also have this very, very low ATR. This means that, since ATR is at 10, if it goes anywhere below 10, then we're probably going to see market consolidate for a bit. If it stays around 10, 11, 12, it's probably just going to range for a bit. If it goes up higher to 15, it's probably going to move directional. But right now, it's not looking like it. And it looks like price might be manipulated here for a little bit. Okay, so we're just going to wait for a bit. That V1's been invalidated. Price is now pushing back up or pushing back down. So looks like we got a little too excited right there for a lot of these entries that could have came up. But again, we're going to wait for it to pull back a little bit and then make its way right back up. Eventually, it's going to come right back up. Let me check the news real quick. So the news was negative. Okay, this is fine. Price is meant to go down. So we want it to come down for a little bit. All the news here at 7 o'clock was all negative. So it's supposed to come down, and that's exactly where it's going. Yeah, Maddie said news is negative, so he's looking for it to push down before the push back up, and that's exactly what I'm looking for too. So unfortunately, there's not a V1 pattern here. I was hoping to get that double body to show the reversal back to the upside. So it's okay if it doesn't come up, but that's kind of what I was hoping for. All right. So again, price is still in the 4-hour resistance level. It hasn't really gone too far out of this area. It looks like price is pretty much just going to range within this area here. So again, the ATR is at 10. Anything below 10 is going to be consolidation. Anything between 10 and 12 is going to be a range. So it's currently at 10 right now. This might just range within this area, which is fine. It's a given. All right, let's take a look at the team profit so far. So looking over here, Kenneth is currently up 685 on his first account. Nice work right there, Kenneth, for his top step. His second account, total profit of 2,159. Great work, Kenneth, for today. We have Maddie over here, total profit of 2,255 on all of his Apex accounts, all wins here. We have Eunice, total profit of 949 on his top step. Nice work, Eunice. We have Barack, total profit of 500 on his top step. Nice work, Barack. We got David, total profit of 70.20. Nice work, David. We have Albert, total profit of 450 for the day, full TP. Nice work, Albert. We have Kenny, total profit of 2,860. And lastly, we have Craig over here with a new account, total profit of 1,460. All wins here. Nice work. New FTMO challenge. Great work, Craig. And also Shannon over here with a total profit of 850 for the day. Second, guys. All right. And I'm hoping my cough goes away by like next week. This cough's getting annoying. All right, so we have another possible opportunity here for a high-low scalp, possibly a V. So again, the same setup that we were looking at earlier. If the buy signal comes up and it breaks and closes past this line right here, this is going to be a triple confluence. If it doesn't break past it, that's fine, because then this could be setting up for a breakout version 3 continuation. And we also have the high-low scalp here on the high-low scalp chart. So a couple different opportunities here that are setting up. The ATR is super low though. So if you look back down below again, the ATR was at 9 for a second. So it's not looking super great here. Yeah, price is squeezing like Maddie mentioned. All right, so we got an invalid buy signal. This is fine. I mean, there can still be a breakout V3 continuation here though, even though there's an invalid signal. I'm gonna have to think about this one here. Yeah, I don't like the invalid at all either. Rashida said she doesn't like the invalid. So there's a problem here because the ATR is super low. This could be a setup for a breakout V3 continuation. The only problem is that price is pretty much ranging. Yeah, if it breaks the high, I'll take it. If it doesn't break the high, I'm probably gonna hold off. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said the same thing. So he said if price breaks the high here and closes, he's gonna take it for a breakout V3 continuation and a high-low scalp. But if it stays below the line there, he's gonna hold off, which I'm gonna do the same thing. It's just too risky. I don't want to hold on to it in prices ranges. All right, so there goes the breakout V3 continuation. I'm not in this position here, but we'll follow it. The problem with this here is that price is likely to just continue ranging within this area. And if the TP is out here, it's going to be hard for it to actually get to the outside, right? Again, the ATR is 9 points. So we pretty much have a confirmed consolidation right here. So I'll continue watching it, but again, I'm not in this position, not planning on taking it. You know, if price decides to come down for a bit, so if it decides to pull back, and then say, for example, price swings back up and the ATR picks up, then I'll put a buy stop right there to catch it. But right now, I'm not going to take that risk. So I'm actually going to I'm going to set up my order just in case. Let me see where's the price at. Here. 37597. So I'll look for it to pull down a little bit. If the ATR picks back up, then I'll put a buy stop right there to catch it as it swings up. But again, I'm going to follow the ATR down here. The ATR has to pick up. It's too slow right now. So 375. Might be too late. It's okay. I'm going to follow it. 35. All right. So the high-low scalp still didn't close, but it looks like this breakout V3 is probably going to hit already. ATR is still low, so it's probably going to continue ranging around this area. But you guys can see this is the reason why I didn't want to take it, because I didn't want to hold on to it for too long. The breakout's supposed to hit right away, right? The continuation is supposed to hit right away, immediately on open. And this right here is just a little too, it's a little too slow. So this will probably hit. It's just going to take a while for it to actually go through. Yeah, it's like watching paint dry. That's yeah, Maddie said the low ATR is annoying. It is. Because you can see like it's ready to hit. but it's not going to hit because, sorry, 1 second. All right. Yeah, so it looks like it looks like it wants to hit and it's going to hit, but it's just moving super, super slow because of the ATR. So right there, full TP. If anybody took the breakout V3 continuation, I mean, it was an okay trade, an okay to good trade. It wasn't a great trade. That's why I didn't take it because the ATR is just too slow. And for one, the buy signal is invalid. So I'm going to cancel my order here, or I'm just going to delete it. I had an order that was waiting because I was kind of hoping that it would range for a bit and then come back up, but it didn't. It just went straight through. So you guys can see here, the strategy still worked perfectly fine. The only problem here is that there's reasons not to take certain trades. The high-low scalp over here also hit full TP. It just wasn't a clean entry. If this happened earlier, so if you guys saw the V1 pattern that came up here earlier, then I would have been more okay with taking the trade. But there just wasn't enough confluences for me to feel really comfortable with taking it because of the low ATR. So it's all good. You know, this is exactly what we talked about yesterday. I mentioned there's going to be like 10 or 20 entries that come up. It's up to you to decide whether you want to take it or not. I'm only going to take trades that I'm like absolutely certain are going to hit. So whenever I take a trade, it's probably going to hit. So if you want to take those trades, feel free. If you want to take any of the other trades that I mark up, you can also take those trades too. But you have to understand that there's risk that comes with those types of trades. You know, we trade with a negative risk to reward, so you have to have a high accuracy rate, because if not, then you're going to be caught in a hole. So nice work, Steven. Steven took the trade there for the breakout V3 continuation. He recovered 1/3 of his loss. So nice work there, Steven. Looks like you're back into profit. So it's all good. You know, just remember in the future, Steven, to like, for the most part, avoid these lines. So if you ever see these purple lines, green lines, or red lines, just avoid any trades that touch these lines or have to touch the lines. I think if you do that, you'll be perfectly fine, because that's kind of where the price gets manipulated. So again, right here, price is at the New York high. I wouldn't be surprised if there was any manipulation on this area. Again, this high-low scalp, I'm not counting this. The trade did hit, and I did give you guys a heads up that I was going to play through. But I'm not counting it as an official trade because I didn't take it. The only trades that count as official trades are the ones that I take myself. Same with this breakout V3 continuation. This hit full TP, but I'm going to be 100% transparent with you guys, and I'm not going to count that trade. You guys have seen our win rate for the year so far. I don't need to add trades here. I don't need to pad trades, right? Like just throw trades in there to show like a high win rate, because you already have a high win rate. If I took no more trades for the rest of the month, I'd be perfectly fine because we already have a 94% win rate for December, right? I don't need to add extra trades here to show that we have a high win rate, because every trade I take here, there's a reason behind every trade. Every loss I have, there's a reason behind it. You know, like right here, for example, in August, a dump trade should have avoided, criteria not met. But yeah, so back to the charts over here. We're looking for retracement. So once we get that retracement, we can possibly look for the continuation. So Martha, for the high-low scalp V2, there's no entry here. You guys can see there was a higher high, price broke and closed above it. It never came back down. So there's no entry here for a high-low scalp V2. The next area for it would be up here. So this would be the next opportunity. Yeah, let's see. Camel said, learning about sessions has boosted my confidence and killed FOMO. Yeah, exactly. Because you know exactly where to avoid the trade. So this is exactly what I just warned you guys about, right? I said, avoid trades when they come to this green line. And look what happened here. Manipulation, fake out. So a lot of people could have taken that trade right there and just would have gotten destroyed. So these sessions here are really, sorry guys, 1 second. Yeah, these sessions over here are super key, right? With avoiding bad trades, because there's just so many opportunities here that you guys can avoid. There's so many bad opportunities that you guys can avoid just by looking at the chart. If you see the lines there, just don't take any trades at that point. Maddie said a high-low scalp V2 setting up. Let me see. So the candle break and close right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, so there's another opportunity right here. This still hasn't. Wait, this is the 5th candle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this candle breaks and closes below the line, then this will be a setup for a high-low scalp V2. If it doesn't, like it did here, so it didn't break and close below it, This is now invalidated, and this is the new high-low V2. So now looking for the same thing, just in the other direction. Caleb is asking, Caleb's asking, why is tech getting hammered? I mean, they've been kind of forecasting it for a long time now, Caleb, because tech has been up for so long, like it's been climbing for so long. It had to come down at some point, right? So if you followed CNBC, they've been reporting on that for like the past 2 months now. They've been reporting that towards the end of the year, it's gonna take a slump, and I guess that's what's happening now. I don't trade Nasdaq, so I don't really follow it, but they've pretty much been, and then also like they've been what's it called? They haven't been meeting their goals for them for the year. Like, I think like for quarter 3 and quarter 4, they've been kind of lower, and then also they've been laying off a ton of people. So um yeah, no, NQ was it was predicted to drop towards the end of the year. So I've been seeing it on CNBC, but I haven't really been following it personally because we don't trade it. But that's the only input that I have on it. Uh yeah, it's not having the same center rally as US30 for the most part. Steven's asking, I have all of the indicators but don't see. That indicator is the high-low indicator, Steven. So if you go to your indicator list, go to your invite-only scripts, it's the high-low, K2 high-low. I just missed it. Yeah, there was a V3 right here. So there's a breakout V3 continuation. I wasn't even looking at this here, Camo. I don't know if you took it, but it was in a decent area right there. I think it probably already hit TP. I mean, it's still running. I'm not really looking to take the V3 right now because the biases are kind of bullish, but I mean, if you wanted to take it, it was pretty much out in the open. So it wasn't, I don't think it was necessarily a bad trade. I don't think it has enough confluences for me though. One second, guys, sorry, my voice. That's super annoying being sick. But yeah, there just wasn't any confluences here that really pointing me towards here. Like if I saw a V1 pattern up here, then I would have been okay. If I saw a double body, then I would have been I would have been more likely to take it. But yeah, there just wasn't any confluences there for me to look. I also missed it because I wasn't paying attention. Like I wasn't necessarily looking for a sell, but the trade is running right here. Looks like it's probably gonna hit TP. The ATR picked back up, so that's a good thing. ATR is currently at 11 right now. It's bouncing between 11 and 12. And there you go, full TP on the breakout V3 continuation. Yeah, Natasha said I don't like the counter trend trades. Yeah, same here. I don't like them as much, but for the breakout V3, it's actually pretty good if you have a confluence. If you have a confluence that lines up with it. So if I had a V1 variation, a double body or double wick, actually there was a V1. I just blanked out right there. There's a double wick right there. So this actually was a good entry, Camo. I missed it because I wasn't really looking for a sell here, but this actually was a good entry. There was a confluence there. I didn't realize the wicks were on the same level. So there's no double body, but there was a double wick. This is a reversal pattern. So you saw a reversal pattern, sell signal followed by a red candle. This here would have confirmed that price is likely to push down at least 100 pips. And that's pretty much what happened there. So thanks, Camel, for mentioning that. I didn't take the trade. I missed it. But now that we've reviewed it, it actually looks like it would have been a good entry for the most part. All right. Other than that, yeah, other than that, pretty much just waiting again. All right, here we are. Now we're just waiting for any other opportunities here. Yeah, C6 said it's a great call. Definitely not counter scalping though. Yeah, the counter scalps are they're a little tricky. So it takes a certain type of person to take those types of trades because there's just a lot of uncertainty and a lot of risk involved with with counter scalping. The bias isn't super strong though, so I think counter scalping would be okay if anybody's looking to do it. I mean, retail sentiment is super heavy, so obviously we're expecting price to go up, but the fundamentals over here are pretty much flat. Fundamentals are up 40 points. They're pretty much neutral. And looking over here at the technicals, they're pretty much mixed. Well, I know now they're bullish. So yeah, maybe avoid the sells. Unless you really want to take them. I mean, if you really want to take them, guys, that's completely fine. You don't have to listen to anything I'm saying. It's just it's up to your preference. I'm kind of curious right here on the 5 minute. Let me check on the 5 minute real quick. If like that type of entry works with those confluences. I guess you don't really get as many opportunities here. So there's another V1 pattern right here on the 5 minute. It's a double body rejection. There's a pending sell signal. Hasn't closed yet, but I'm just looking back to see if there's anything over here like that we could have used to our advantage with analysis. Double body, nope. Double body, nope. Nope. Yeah, you just don't see as much here on the 5 minute because there's just not as many opportunities that come up. But it's good as a confluence. It's not really, I probably wouldn't trade there directly on to just enter trades because you're probably not going to see too many opportunities. Steven said the chart looks like the Golden Gate Bridge, right? All right, so we got a V1 pattern right here. V1 pattern, pending buy signal. We'll see if it pushes up. ATR is currently 13 right now, so it's actually pushing pretty nice. Well, we do have the V1 reversal pattern right here. If we get a buy signal and it's followed with a green candle, this could be a possible entry for a breakout V3 continuation. The only problem is that it's going to be really close to the sessions right here. So here's the thing, Steven and everybody else. We might get a setup here for a breakout V3. However, if the TP has to touch the green line right here, then I'm not going to take the trade. I don't recommend anybody take it because you guys can see how the manipulation happened right here, right? It's not exactly a good, not exactly. And again, right there, I didn't end up closing. So you guys can see how the manipulation happened right here. This is what you don't want to get caught in, right? You don't want to be a sucker to get caught in one of these manipulation points. So again, we'll continue looking, but if we don't see anything here, no need to force anything. Hey, William, how's it going? Yeah, that's all good. We'll see you back here either later this week or on Monday. So good to see that you popped in. All right, the candle is like way too big, guys. So I don't think we're gonna have opportunity here for entry. We have the buy signal right here. Looks like it's gonna close, but I think the next green candle is gonna be too close to the sessions. Yeah, this green candle would have to be super small in order for us to take that. All right. Let's see. Kenneth said I'm done for the day. Caught a little more profit off the reversal. See y'all tomorrow. Yeah, definitely, Kenneth. We'll see you back here tomorrow. So, all right. Back to the team profits over here. We have Kenneth. So Kenneth wrapped up some more profits. He's now up 2,679 for the day. And he's going to call it a day. So nice work, Kenneth. We'll see you back here tomorrow. We got Martha over here. First day back. Total profit of 245. Nice work, Martha. All right, guys. Solid work so far. All right, so here's a breakout V3 continuation, guys. If anybody wants to take it, let me see if I can hop in for a little bit. Let's see if I get into this here. I'm gonna have to watch it though. So once it gets close to the sessions here, I'd have to pull out like immediately. This closed out for the breakout V3 continuation. You guys can see that there's a setup right here. The only problem is that it's so close to the sessions. So if you guys are going to take this position here, you got to make sure to watch it. And when it gets close to this point, you have to pull out. You can't get greedy. If it hits your TP, but then you don't actually hit your TP on MT4, you just got to manually close out of that position. So I'm still watching it right here. I'm trying to get into it. I was going to put a pending order to catch it as it swings up. Do my math real quick. Man, I hate doing this thing. I wish it was so much easier, like TradingView, where you can just put in the numbers versus the price. Let's see if I can see here. All right, so I'm following it right here. All right. So let's see if I can get into it. A minute now, watching it as it goes up higher. Goes up. I gotta get out. Gotta get out. So I'm out. I got too close to the sessions right there. I just pulled out. I probably could have held on to it for a little longer, but like I said, I gotta watch it because it's close to this point right here. The last thing I want to do is be a sucker, right? I don't want to be a sucker. Like I don't want to get caught into this point and then get suckered right back down. That's the worst. Like for example, right here, if you took the trade right here, I would have been so pissed if I got into this position and I got greedy and I didn't want to pull out and it went straight down. Like you got to understand the risk that comes with that. But anyways, nice work right there, guys, for anybody who caught it. I got hit with some slippage, so it's all good. Because it came up and it spiked off the TP and it pulled me out at 820, which is fine. I mean, profit's profit. Yeah. And you can see right there where price rejected off, right? Directly off the green line right there. So, I'm not warning you guys for nothing. I'm literally telling you guys because this typically happens like almost every time. So we had enough space there. There's just enough space for us to hit our TP. Looks like majority of you guys here took it with me. So nice work, guys. I didn't even take it right away. I took some time just thinking about it, set my pending order. It failed, got hit with some slippage. It happens. And then I just had to pull out manually because there's no way I was going to get caught in a fake out right here. I think that's the worst feeling, guys. Like when you know something is that you're supposed to do something properly and you do the opposite or you get greedy and then you regret it so much after. I think that's the worst feeling because it's like there were so many opportunities to get out of it. So breakout V3 continuation for a full TP of 100 pips. I'm going to take a screenshot of all my accounts again. It's nice how it just updates. I don't have to like refresh anything. All right, so profits for the day and the week so far are not too bad. Not too bad for Christmas week. Usually when we come back from a holiday, it's like hit or miss. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it isn't. Market's been pretty decent this week though. All right, so we got that done right there. Move on to the next one. We got news in about 2 minutes, so you probably want to sit tight, just wait for a little bit. Natasha said, man, I'm rusty. I know you got to get back into it, Natasha. It's been a while though, so it's all good. You're gonna get back into the full swing eventually. Natasha's one of the only people, or I think she's one of the people who trades directly on her phone. It's crazy. It's just crazy how Natasha trades. She doesn't even look at the charts. She just listens to my analysis, and then she's just hitting buy or sell on her phone, all while she's at work, which is crazy. But she does it, and she makes it happen. Yeah, she's trading on her phone, which is it takes a while to get the hang of, but seems like Natasha's kind of mastered it a bit. So Camo here exited before the session. He made 600. Nice work, Camo. Let me scroll up real quick. I think I saw a question. Brian was asking, hey, Sean, what's the red flag for the V1 variation? Yeah, so there was a V1 variation right here. The red flag was the session down here, Brian. So it came down and it touched the session. Whenever price touches the session, you probably want to avoid it the only reason I'm saying this is because we took a trade last Monday. Where is it at? So we took a trade last Monday, right here on the 11th, and we lost this trade, right? What happened here was that it was touching the session. So you can see how this entry came up and price came down and it touched the session right here. See how this green candle here touched the session? This is how I know to not take any trades when price comes near the session, because the only time I lose trades is when this happens. So I use this to my advantage to avoid any trades in the future that touch the session. So if it touches the session, I would avoid it. If your TP has to touch the session, so for example, this entry over here was a breakout V3 continuation, right? Since it didn't touch the session to hit TP, that's why I was okay with it. But if the TP had to go and touch the session, like say, for example, the TP was up here, then I would have avoided this completely. This would be considered a red flag to me as well. So it was close, but as long as we followed it properly, we exited when we needed to exit, then that's what makes it okay. But if it has to touch it, or if it does touch it, then it's considered a red flag. Natasha said, I need to learn some of the new strategies you guys are doing now. Yeah, no, it's there's just a couple new ones, but they're not really any different, Natasha. Like the main difference with it, so the breakout V3 continuation, you're just looking for a buy signal and you're looking for a green candle after it. If you have that, that's a breakout V3 continuation. It's super simple to follow. And then same with the opposite direction. You get a sell signal with a red candle after it. That's going to be a sell right there. So it's actually a really easy strategy. I think you'll pick it up super quick. On the next mentoring session, we'll cover all this stuff. And I think over the next couple weeks, I'm going to make a whole bunch of new videos explaining what everything else does, because I haven't made any videos in a long time. I've just been lazy, guys. Honestly, this is kind of why I stopped mentoring, because I don't really want to do work, right? I kind of just want to trade, make money trading, and then go on with my life. That's pretty much how I take my everyday. I live a pretty stress-free life. I don't have to deal with anybody. I don't have any bosses, nothing like that to deal with. I just trade in the morning and hang out with you guys here, and that's pretty much it. And then after that, I do whatever I want. So yeah, sorry guys. I'm gonna get that up to you guys. I'm also need to I need to enable access to the ATR indicator as well. I just been like, I don't know, it's so nice when you don't have to do anything. When you don't have anything like any boss or anybody to listen to or anything like that, like it's just you just get so comfortable with it where you don't have to do anything, like you don't have to do like literally anything. Like if I didn't want to do anything after this live session, I could just go do whatever, like lay down all day and do nothing. Or if I want to go on vacation, I could just go on a vacation. I could have caught a flight right now, right after this live session. So yeah, my apologies, guys. That's my bad for just being lazy and just not wanting to do anything. But it's also whatever a lot of people strive for. So hopefully eventually when you guys are really consistent with your trading, you guys can do exactly what I'm doing, right? You guys can just make a ton of money from trading and not really have to do anything that you don't want to. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'll probably never, like a lot of people ask me if I want to go back and like open a law firm or something. And I'm probably never going to do that. That's way too much work. Like someone was asking me, because I work out at the same gym like every day. They're asking me if I wanted to like train people. And I'm like, bro, why would I want to train somebody? That's so much work. Like I wouldn't want to do anything. Like literally all I want to do is just hang out with the dogs all day. Um, yeah, but then again, that's just me. You know, some people like to work. Um, Luckily trading just comes natural to me and I don't have to really do much. So for a lot of you guys, I mean, a lot of you guys who are still learning, you have to work, guys. So just keep that in mind. I'm in a different position from a lot of people because I've been trading for like, this is my 11th year or 12th year of trading. Earlier in my trading career, I was on the charts like literally every day, trying to figure out how to understand the charts and how to bounce with it and stuff and how to adapt with the market. At this point, everything comes easy to me for trading, so I don't have to really be on the charts at all. I'm just on the charts in the morning. But if you guys are new to trading, you know, you have to put in that work. So I put in the work a lot years back, and now I just get to chill because the trading here is so easy to me. And if you guys start to focus on just risk management as like avoiding bad trades, I think that's what really makes it makes the difference for you guys. Because like for me, I take like one or two trades a day, right? So if you look at my profits for the week so far, so here are my profits for the day, my profits for the week, right? If I add up all my profits for the week, I've only taken like two trades or three trades for this week. So sorry, let me just copy this over. Okay, so I took two or three trades this week, right? I took no losses, 406, 25.80, 30.80, 226, 13.87, 13.87. So I made about 10,000 for the week so far. I've only taken like two or three trades. A lot of them are all partial moves too. So you just want to keep that in mind. If you guys can focus on just not being greedy, I mean, the profits will add up, right? I'm not greedy at all. I only take the trades that I know for sure are going to hit. I go for the low hanging fruit, and my profits pretty much add up. I basically made what I would make as an attorney in a week, right? In like 2 days during Christmas week in my pajamas doing nothing. I mean, it's like it's a crazy lifestyle that it's crazy to think what kind of lifestyle trading can bring you. Because like my neighbors, like my neighbors are attorneys and they hate life. Every time I see them in the morning, I'm like in the morning walking my dogs and they're like walking to work. And I'm like, man, that sucks. Sucks to be you. All right, let me see anything else here. Alan's asking if there's a V3. There's a V3 that's currently pending right now. There is a V3, well, not a V3, there's a pending sell signal. So there's a pending sell signal. There's a V1 pattern right here. And there may be a possibility for a sell position. Right there. Let's see, Alan said, wait till you get married, that'll change. I mean, it's already in that situation. The good thing is that my fiance doesn't, she works out of town. So like I get like at least 2 or 3 days of silence out of the week where I can just kind of do whatever I want. Yeah, so thankfully right now my fiance she's at work in like the neighboring town. So can kind of just hang out. Okay, so this is a breakout V3 continuation. I don't know how I feel about this. Oh, actually, there was news. So, guys, actually, I'm not going to take any trades here because there was just news that just passed. But there is a breakout V3 continuation. The news was positive. So, I'm definitely not going to take any sells here. Yeah, so there's an entry here. I'll mark it up for you guys. I'm not going to take it. The news was positive. There's no entry there. Okay, so this candle here closed green. There's no entry for a breakout V3 continuation. This candle needed to close red. So there's a sell signal. There's a V1 pattern over here. So this was a confluence with it. This candle here needed to close red. Since it didn't close red, there's no entry there for a breakout V3 continuation. What you want to look for here is look for the manipulation to the downside and then look for the correction back up. Once we get that buy signal, we can take it right back up. So that's kind of what I'm looking for and waiting for here. All right, Randy, we'll see you back here tomorrow. So Randy's done for the day. See you back here tomorrow. Natasha said, I'm laughing because it really does suck. I have to do it every day now, every day for now. Yeah, no, I agree. Definitely agree. Camel said, I use Forex Factory for news. It said news at 9 a.m. my time. So make sure that you're looking at, or actually, so let me just pull up for you. So let's see. Cam over here used Forex Factory. Today's the 27th. It's kind of weird. The news here is like, so there was news here at 7 o'clock, Richmond Manufacturing Index. That was at 7. So they don't even have the news marked up over here on Forex Factory. So I would probably switch over to my FX book or use both, Camo, because sometimes you'll have stuff on here that isn't on here, and sometimes you'll have stuff on here that isn't on the other one. So yeah, I use both. It's better to be safe and like have more news sources rather than to have like not enough. I mean, Forex Factory is good. I think Forex Factory is good for like Forex pairs because they have like the really more high impact news events. But my FX book has like even the smaller ones. So that's why I use both for the most part. Okay, so we have a possible entry over here for a breakout V3 continuation. I don't think we're going to have enough space here, so I don't think there's going to be any entry for us because there's going to be a buy signal here that's pending. We have to have another green candle after it. And at that point, it's going to be cutting into the sessions up here. So I don't think we're going to have an entry here for a breakout V3 continuation, guys, unfortunately. I'll mark it up for you guys, but I'm not going to take it. But we did have that confluence right there, V1 pattern double body. So this is a reversal pattern. You had price kind of reverse down here, and then price is likely to continue climbing up. But yeah, it's just a little too it's a little too close to the sessions right here, which is our red flag. All right, let's go back to our clean chart. So as you guys can see over here, price is pretty much ranging within the 4-hour resistance level. Right, you're getting fake outs in both directions. But realistically, price is just ranging within the 4-hour resistance level. You get a fake out right here. Price comes back down, fake out right here. Price comes back up, fake out right here. Don't be a sucker getting faked out, right? Because that's why I have these separate charts. These charts help you guys understand where to avoid trades. So like up here, I mean, up from the top and from the bottom, both fake outs. It's just pretty much ranging within the 4-hour resistance. So not too much going on there. We had a couple of other liquidity levels here that got hit. So that got hit right there, full TP. And again, right here. But yeah, there's not too much. So again, guys, if you guys look at my charts here, the one with the blue chart, this is our main chart. Over here, we look at breakouts. We look at breakout V3 continuations. We look at momentum counter scalps. We look for pretty much majority of the entries on this chart. On this red tab right here, we look for high-low scalps. So we have the highs here marked up. You guys can see there's a bunch of highs now that are on the chart. So this is confirming that price is in a range. The green chart right here is going to be our clean chart. This will have 4-hour, 1-hour, and 1-minute resistance and support levels. As you guys can see right here, there's not really too much to look at, but price is pretty much ranging in between the 4-hour resistance. And then lastly, we have a liquidity chart right here. This chart's always going to look kind of messy, but this is where I mark up liquidity. And we use this as a confluence as well if we're looking for price to reach certain price points. So other than that, all right, Barack. So Barack's done for the day too. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Yeah, C6 said, I literally nap and go out to try a new restaurant every day. Yeah, I mean, Sisu kind of lives the same lifestyle as me. He doesn't really do much either. He kind of just hangs out. I mean, you're in New England, so it's freezing over there. If I was living in New England, I'd be at home all day, like from now until like February, because it's freezing out there, man. East Coast vibes, crazy. Steven said, Sean, I can't believe I was actually able to recover 2/3 of my loss today. Yeah, Steven. So Steven over here mentioned that, he's super surprised that he was able to recover basically almost all of his losses from today. He took a bad trade this morning. If you guys were here on the live session earlier, he took the breakout version 1, which was like right at the sessions. I was trying to warn him not to take it, but he still took it. And unfortunately, he got caught in that. But you can see over here, Steven, that if you can focus on just quality trades, if you focus on the trades where I mark up and I tell you, okay, this is going to be a good entry, this is going to be a good entry, you'll be perfectly fine. You can make, like, for example, if you didn't take the loss right here, Steven, and you took those 2 trades, you'd actually be more in profit because you're at like 1,001, you were at like 1,300 or 103,000, right? If you took 2 wins today, you would have been at 1,500, or sorry, 105,000, and you would have been basically halfway to passing your challenge. So, I mean, it's all good, Steven. You just got to understand that, my advice and my warnings are for a reason. And just focus on the quality entries. If you can focus on quality entries and just take small trades and profits here and there, you'll be perfectly fine. So, I'll try to warn you guys as much as possible, but it's really up to you guys what you guys want to do with my advice. So, all right, some more profits over here. We have Madhu with a total profit of 672 for the day. Nice work, Madhu. All wins there. We have Eunice, total profit of 1,389. All wins right there for Eunice. We have Valentine, total profit of 4,632 for the day. Nice work, Valentine. We have Craig, total profit of 1,000 for the day. All wins here. On his funded account, nice work, Craig. Great profits right there for his funded account. We have Layla over here, total profit of 1,555. All wins for the day. Nice work, Layla. Lila, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but one or the other. Yeah, Lila said, thanks for being the best teacher ever. Yeah, great work, Lila. 100% wins right here. Scrolling down further, we have Martha, total profit of 280. Nice work, Martha. We have Maddie here, total profit of 4,655 across all of his accounts. Nice work, Maddie, all wins. We got Nathan, total profit of 2,310 for the day. All wins here. Nice work, Nathan. We got Albert, total profit of 1,255. All wins here as well. And we got Johnny over here on his first profits on his live account. Man, congrats to Johnny over here. So Johnny just got funded, took his first profits on his live account. This is his funded account, total profit of 2,515. Damn, Johnny. So Johnny basically made like a couple days of working right there within like less than an hour. That's crazy. Nice work, Johnny. Johnny here locked in. So he traded for about an hour. So in 1 hour, Johnny made basically what he'd make, more than he'd make a couple days working his regular job. So congrats, Johnny. I mean, this is huge for Johnny because if you guys know Johnny and if you guys have like, Johnny's been struggling with trading and he's killed it. Now he's making, profits on his actual funded account. We got Sam here, total profit of 1,425. Nice work, Sam. And we have Vince over here, total profit of 604. Nice work, Vince. We got Jeff over here, total profit of 246,810 minus 30, about 70 for the day. Nice work, Jeff. We got Rashida, total profit of 240 on our FTMO account. And then on our top step, total profit of 872. Nice work, Rashida. And lastly, we got Jonathan here with a total profit of 465, all wins. Nice work, Jonathan. So guys, you guys see everybody's profits, if you guys are not profiting, you guys must be doing something wrong, right? Or if you guys are just not ready. So just keep in mind, if you guys have any questions, feel free to pop into the chat. I'm here to help you guys out. During like busy trading time, I'm probably not gonna be able to answer questions, but if you guys need help with something, just reach out to me, reach out to the group. You guys see everybody here, pretty much killing it. So you should be on that list too. Like if you guys have profits post up, feel free to send them in. The profits that you guys post here, this isn't really to show off because you can see this just happens for the day, right? Like you posted profits and nobody's going to relook at this tomorrow, right? Because we have more profits tomorrow. I think posting your profits here gives you guys confidence and it just makes you happy, right? It's a good feeling when you're able to post profits with everybody here. So if you guys have any profits, this isn't necessarily to show off. It's really to just give you guys confidence with your trading. Because if you're like consistently posting profits every single day, I think that's what kind of made me very consistently profitable as well, is because I have a whole, I have my own channel here and I post my profits every day. Every day I'm posting my wins. So this gives me confidence for the next day. I'm like, I did that, right? I made this yesterday. I'm like, okay, today I need to make a certain amount. I'm like, okay, I made more today, 500. And then today I made even more. Today I'm now up at like, 2,000, it just keeps adding up. So the profit channel is not necessarily for people to show off or to like, show that they're better than anybody. It's really to just show that you're consistent, because that's the only way that you'll have accountability for yourself. If you don't have accountability, you're just going to keep falling in the same circle. You're going to make profits one day and then you're going to lose it. You're going to make profits one day, you're going to lose it. If every day you're posting a little bit of profit, by the end of the week, you'll see that you've made a ton of profit by then. So, and I think by posting your profits, you also kind of have that pressure not to lose, right? Because you don't want to be that guy who posts profits one day and then doesn't ever post profits again. You want to be that guy that posts one profit or two profits every single day, and then by the end of the week, you're going to be like 5 profits in or 5 trades that are profitable in, and you won't even realize that you've been doing so well. All right, Johnny. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Lila, okay. Now I know. Now, no, for sure I'll call you Lila. Now that I know it. All right, Lila. No, definitely. Great profits for you today. That's pretty solid. I like seeing that when you guys have like straight wins. I mean, I like seeing it myself too. I don't see it as often, but because I only take a few trades a day. But yeah, whenever you guys see like a full straight shot of wins, always super solid. Like Nathan here, all wins. Maddie here, all green. Lila here, all blue. I think that's the best feeling. If you guys ever have a full blue screen, that's probably like the best feeling because you know that you follow the game plan. All right, guys, it's 7:50 right now. It's getting close to 8 o'clock. I'm not really expecting any more opportunities or much movement here because the ATR is currently at 10. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. There's a possible breakout V3 continuation that's setting up right here. However, there's no confluence. There's no V1 variation confluence. There's just a pending sell signal. It's also at the session, so another red flag right there. But if you guys have any more questions, feel free to put them in the chat. What I'll do here is I'll just take screenshots of my individual accounts and I'll hang out here for a few. But if there's any questions, I'll answer any of them before we wrap it up. Let's see. Yeah, Brian said I got to adjust my lots in my challenge. I was in a loss in a row for a few days back then. Yeah, no, exactly. So here's my rule of thumb, guys. So my rule of thumb with a challenge is use your normal lot size, but if you go down below 5%, then adjust your lot size, because then you'll just climb your way back up. So like, for example, I'm using a 200 lot, but I'm pretty consistent. If you guys see all my profits for the day and for the week so far, it's pretty much straight wins. So if I ever go down 5%, so say for example, I'm up 12%. I could still lose 7% before I change my lot size. Um, so just keep it in mind, guys. That's my rule of thumb. So I only change my lot size if I go below 5%. Because at that point, you're kind of in risk of losing your account. And you're better off just climbing your way back up before you continue to dig a deeper hole. Yeah, exactly. And Rashida said, and for challenges, slow and steady wins a race. Exactly. So like if I was to do another challenge right now and I just added another account to my copier, I probably could have passed the challenge because every day I'm going for like maybe 1 or 2%. So if I have like 5 good days, I'm gonna have 10% in no time. So just keep that in mind. There's always a method behind the madness. So a lot of people think that like passing challenges is like impossible, but realistically, it's not that hard. If you just focus on winning, the percentages and the profits are gonna come. All right, so other than that, let me take a screenshot of all of we got a V1 pattern right here, but there's no buy signal. So unfortunately, we're not going to have any entry here for a breakout V3 continuation. That'd probably be a good entry because there'd be a V1. If we had a buy signal that would have came up right here, that'd be solid because we can write it up to the session. But realistically, price is just ranging. You guys can see this right here. Price is ranging back and forth, and you guys can see where the fake outs are happening. Fake out, fake out, fake out, fake out. It's crazy how accurate the range is right here within the 4 hour resistance. So all these right here are fake outs. All right, so back to my profits. Let me just continue taking screenshots of all of my accounts real quick. All right, second fund engineer. Personal account. All right, so here are my profits for the day. I think this is probably my favorite part of the day. Just looking at all my profits because they add up. They add up super quick too. I think posting profits is like the majority of people's favorite part of their trading session day. Because this just shows you guys that you followed your game plan and then everything kind of played through, you know. So here are my profits so far, or for the day, I guess. This is my funded engineer locked in 332. This is my first funded engineer. Here's my FTMO locked in 2,340, all wins here. Here's my second FTMO locked in 2,540, all wins here. Here is my second funded engineer, total profit of 186, all wins. Here's my personal account locked in 870, all wins here. Here's my TFF locked in 1,224. And lastly, my second TFF total profit of 1,224 as well. All right, so there goes all my profits right there. We have Steven over here. Nice recovery, Steven. So Steven over here, this is a loss he took earlier from this morning, which is all good. You know what happens. But he recovered majority of his loss. So he took a couple more trades here, made it right back for the most part. He's only down 1,000 for the day. So he's pretty much, he's pretty much still in profit. So like yesterday, yeah, so Steven's still in profit on his account. He was at 103,000. He took some pretty good trades today. He made about 2,000 after the loss. So if Steven didn't take that first loss, he would have been at 105,000. He's now at 101,000, but it's all good, Steven. The good thing here is that you learn from your mistake and you bounce back from it. So that's a key thing there, not getting caught in the mindset where you're kind of trapped in the back and forth cycle. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for today. Maddie said smooth and slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Yeah, and I agree with you too, Maddie, 100%. That's really the key thing, guys. Your main goal here is to just close out the day winning. So if you can close out with profits for the day, every single day, you're going to end up with some massive profits by the end of the week and by the end of the month. So, you just got to stay consistent. So, all right, guys, I don't see any other questions here. If there's any other questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we have about, let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, or today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We have 2 more trading days left for the rest of the year. This Friday is going to be the last trading day of the year. So I believe, let me check real quick. Calendar. Yeah, it is. So New Year's is on Monday, next Monday. So make it count, guys. For the next 2 days, stay consistent. If the trade isn't giving you, if the market's not giving you what you need, don't force any trades. And just wrap up the year pretty strong. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we'll wrap this up for the day. If you guys need to review any of the live sessions, just pull up the YouTube channel. Otherwise, if you guys have any questions, reach out to me on Discord, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session. So